Hello everyone. It's currently 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm going to share a quick review of one book that and one podcast that I really enjoyed. Okay, so the first one is the book. The title is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. This is a self help book, but it is very different from the usual motivational one. Instead of telling us to always be positive, the author argues that life is full of problems, and the key is not to avoid them, but to choose which problems are worth our time and energy. One of the main ideas is that we shouldn't waste our energy caring about everything. Instead, we should focus only on what truly matters to us. The books also remind us that failures and struggles are not sign of weakness, but actually part of the process of growth. What I like most about this book is the writing style. Mark Manson is very direct, sometimes even funny, and, well, sometimes brutally honest. It doesn't feel like a boring lecture, but more like a real talk from a friend. In short, the book teaches us that since our energy is limited, we should stop worrying about every little thing and start focusing on the things that really matter in our life. Okay, now on to the podcast. The podcast title is On Purpose by Jay Shetty. Jay Shetty is a former monk who became a motivational speaker and author. In his podcast, he talks about topics like mindfulness, relationships, mental health, and success. He often invites inspiring guests such as Will Smith, Alicia Keys, and even Kobe Bryant, the NBA player of USA, to share their life lessons. The podcast is great because it mixes deep conversation with practical advice. For example, you can learn how to manage stress, how to build better habits, or how to find your purpose in life. The way Jay explains things is very calm and clear, so it's very easy to follow even when the topic is heavy. Personally, I like this podcast because it's not only motivating but also reflective. Sometimes listening to the guest stories make you think about your own life and your choice in life. In short, On Purpose is a podcast that helps us learn meaningful lessons and apply them on our daily life. Okay, so let's wrap some things up. Just to make it quick, the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, reminds us to focus only on what truly matters. The podcast On Purpose give us a practical advice and inspiring stories about how to live a more meaningful life. And I believe that's it for my review. Thank you for being here and listening to my yapping, and I'll see you on to the next one. See ya.